Hey everyone, welcome to findingworkathomejobs.com. I'm glad that you're here. This is January the 30th, 2018, and we're going to talk about the newest work at home job leads that are available today in the US. I have a couple of worldwide leads too, but again, if you are interested in worldwide job leads, please go to my site and click on the link right here that says worldwide job leads to see any. I only have 3 that I posted today because I'm kind of being lazy. I am vegging out on the Work at Home Summit, which I know I've told you guys about, but basically it's happening right now and it's live. We're in day 2 and lots of speakers, and they have a great lineup of people that are going to talk about transcription work and proofreading work and work at home businesses and how to manage a household and work from home and all kinds of wonderful information. It's free. The replay is free for 48 hours. So if it's something that you're interested in, if you're looking at working from home, I highly suggest signing up because it's free. You could do so through this, just follow this link here, and at the bottom of that page that is there, there will be a link to register, and you can just head on in. I don't think there's even any login information now. You can just pretty much register and you're in, so you can see everything. So I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. But anyway, let's go through and talk about some of these leads. The first job lead that I'm going to take you to today is offered by a company named Teletech, and they're somewhat entry level, so if you are just starting out in the work at home world, this might be something to look at. They have 2 positions available right now. One is for an at home active lifestyle brand ambassador. Basically, it's a customer service representative. And then the second one is the same exact thing, but it's for someone who is bilingual in the areas of English and Spanish. So that's Teletech. From what I remember, they usually pay somewhere around $10 per hour. But again, it's from home, so something to think about. Concentrix is also hiring right now, and they are also offering customer support representative jobs. Usually they pay somewhere around $9.50, 10 per hour, 9.50 or 10. This is full-time work, so it's 40 hours a week, but it is from home. And as far as entry level, this one's also entry level. You would need to have a high school diploma or equivalent and at least 1 year of customer service experience, which most of you have. Even if you haven't worked on the phone from home, I'm sure that you've extended customer service in previous jobs or volunteer opportunities. Seriously. Yeah, look it over and see. Make sure to look over the general hardware requirements, because that's one thing that sometimes they'll test your system to make sure that you have everything needed to be able to complete the job in a good way. So that your computer is not shutting down, so your system isn't cutting out, that sort of thing. All right. So next is Magoosh, and they're looking for a student support specialist. I really like this lead because it pays so well. I'm not all about the money, just somewhat. But this is a job that pays $18.50 per hour. So it's really neat. It's from home. You're only going to be working 15 to 20 hours per week, and you're speaking with students who have questions about Magoosh. And so you'd be trained, of course, on how to answer these questions. But yeah, it's probably not entry level. So for those of you who have a little more experience in customer service, this is something to definitely look at 18.50 per hour. And also, it's something to think about when you start off at entry level. These are the kinds of jobs that you can work up to in time. So anyway. And then next is Cafe Media. So if you live in New York City or somewhere near New York City, because who lives in New York City? But if you live near New York City, or of course, if you live in the United States, then you can work remotely. And this is a client support communications strategist. This one's kind of neat. I was trying to remember, there was no word on pay, but you would need to have 1 year plus of WordPress or equivalent blogging experience. So if you've been blogging on your own blog, if you're a freelance writer, you're going to want to share that example with them when you apply. but kind of neat. It's just unfortunately there's no word on pay. So that's Cafe Media. Also, freelance writers are needed. Now, this position may be available worldwide. So, for those of you who are based outside of the U.S., Screen Rant needs experienced freelance writers. You'd be writing about 20 or more news posts per month on the latest entertainment news. So, yeah, if that's you, please do apply. And we have a couple of transcription opportunities available. Let's look at the first one. The first one does have information on pay, from what I remember. Yeah. So this one's being offered by Focus Forward. And what they would have you do is they'd have you basically test for this position. So they would give you something, like they would have you download something, and then you would go ahead and take the test, basically do your transcription work, and then you would upload the completed test. Within 48 hours they'll let you know if you can basically work with them. So it's more like an independent contractor position, which means that you just pick up work as they give it to you. It's not like a set, you're going to work 20 hours per week. So this is more like extra money. But the compensation starts at 40 cents per audio minute, just to let you know, which is not high, it's not low, it's just kind of right in the middle. So next, this is an extra money kind of thing. This is not something that you can depend on for full-time or even part-time pay. But there's a company named OnSource, and what they need is photo inspectors to go and take pictures of property or vehicles for insurance policy holders, and you would need to do that within 10 minutes. So you either need to take pictures or video. They pay you $18 plus mileage. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can apply here, and then if they go ahead and hire you on, I shouldn't say hire you on, but they accept you as a photo inspector, then you would download their app, which they would give you information on how to do that, and then you would go ahead and film or take pictures through the OnSource app, from what I understand. So, and then here's the second transcription company that I wanted to show you. This is for people who are a little more experienced. So if you have experience in transcription, this is something to look at. However, there is no word on pay, so that's something to think about. But that is Landmark Associates. All right, this one's kind of interesting. It's offered by a company named RiseSmart. So if you know how to find someone a job, then you might want to look at this. They're hiring a couple of virtual career coaches, one job search expert, and a lot of resume writers. So the career coach is a part-time remote position, but you have to be based out of Los Angeles, California, or Vancouver, Canada. So those are the career coaches, and it is virtual work. And then there's a job search expert position available. Why can I not talk today? Out of Florence, South Carolina. It's also virtual. And then if you can write a really mean resume, what did I do? What did I do? Okay. Well, anyway, if you can write a mean resume, there are tons and tons and tons of cities that are hiring for a part-time remote resume writer. So you could do that from home and just write resume all day. Oh joy. Okay, and then is that? Yeah. And then last of all is NextRep, and I've actually worked for NextRep, and so basically they are super entry level. So if you want to get your foot in the door of the work at home world, then I suggest looking at NextRep. There are actually a few other companies that I suggest looking at, like LiveOps, Alorica, NextRep. There are probably a few others I can't think of off the top of my head, but these are great companies to look at if you're just trying to get some customer service experience, and then you can move your way on up from there to better pay. When I worked at NextRep, I was making pennies. It was like literally making $7 an hour. I was not making anything. And I think part of it was because I just was really miserable at the project I was working. And I want to be clear and say that it was not NextRep's fault. It was not the company's fault. They probably hated me because I did such a bad job for them. I'm being very, very honest here. I feel like I did a great job with like 99% of the companies that I worked for. But there were two projects that I worked that I just sucked at. And it's because I was miserable at the job. And that was, if you really want to know, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but it was this project right here, the National Boutique Blowout Salon Receptionist. So basically, I was taking phone calls from ladies who were making appointments to get their hair blown out. Not a big deal, right? The only thing is that a lot of them were calling to cancel, and then they would still be charged. And when they heard that they were going to still be charged, it was like hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned, or a woman, yeah. So they hated me, and women, especially, this is going to sound really bad, women who sometimes have money or privilege can be really nasty sometimes, and they were so mean. I mean, this position, it was the worst in terms of my self-esteem, because they called me names, they said things to me, they called me an idiot, they said that I was so stupid that no one would ever, oh, it was just so horrible. And it was because they were mad because they were being charged, or because we couldn't change their appointment, or something to that effect. But yeah, I had the worst customers ever on this. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. And so a lot of women, though, that worked on this project, they loved it and they had a wonderful time. And I just am led to believe that they were a lot more humble and a lot more easygoing than me, because I just could not handle it. I would cry a lot. A couple times I had to leave my desk. I just told my coworker, I just have to leave for a few minutes. I just can't. And I've dealt with people who are way more angry than these women, but these women, I think it was just the words that they would use. They were just really nasty and really mean. And so, oh, I feel bad for saying so much. So I hope I didn't discourage you guys, but anyway, I don't think NextRep would ever hire me back because I was such a whiner about this particular project. But maybe you'll do better. And they have lots of other positions available. In fact, one of them is for Grubhub, Grubhub customer service. And they were our direct competitors when I used to work for a company named Foodler. So, and Foodler was a great job. It was one of my best. So I'm hoping that Grubhub is good too, since they bought us out. And anyway, I am talking on and on. I'm going to stop now. So good luck. NextRep has lots of great opportunities available. Check them out if you want and apply. And thanks so much for visiting the site. Good luck, guys.